Hey everybody, I am multitasking today. I'm trying to get some snack organized for my girls, and it's a busy day, and my dog is now asking for my attention as well, of course. But I wanted to record a quick video so that I could get it released for tomorrow's schedule. What what I wanted to share is about emotions. So I had a friend of mine recently talking to me about just how she was feeling upset. She was feeling angry, and she didn't want to allow herself to feel that. She's like, I'm not an angry person and I don't want to go there. So I just want to get past that. How can I get past that? And, the very first thing that I would say is that you got to feel it. You actually have to experience it. Now, I think that's common knowledge now for a lot of people. You'll hear coaches talking about that. But I think what I want to emphasize, wait, please. I think what I want to emphasize is that feeling an emotion doesn't mean that you have to sit in it and swirl in it and stew in it and let it be this thing that is consuming. That's really not what it's about. You can allow yourself to feel it fully, but the idea of feeling an emotion or really that the true experience that you need to have is about letting it pour through you and out of you. Letting it come out is the key. So anger, there's healthy ways to do that also. You can do that with a bunch of words directed at somebody in particular, or you can do that through your breath, through your movement, through your energy. And that latter one is what I would recommend is probably the healthier way to do that, because oftentimes the authentic feeling, the authentic emotion, we don't need to attach all the words to it. Then we end up spewing something, and that doesn't help us and it doesn't help the people in our lives. What needs to happen is let it come out. My dog is barking up a storm right now, of course, when I'm recording this. Hopefully you can't hear it. So, for example, there's a study out there I saw recently that talks about the real authentic emotion is about 90 seconds long, if that. And what you will find, regardless of the time, because I think, we've all experienced things. I've experienced tremendous sadness in my life, and that lasted a little bit longer than 90 seconds. But I will say that what happens is we experience the emotion and then we get empty in that moment. And then what happens is our mind starts to kick in to perpetuate the emotion, to bring it back up in our body and in our hearts. So that moment when you experience the emotion and you feel empty, that's the key right there to decide what you're going to fill yourself back up with. So if you fill yourself back up with love and peace and compassion and gratitude and forgiveness and joy and bliss and all the things, then you're really utilizing the power of your emotions, because you don't want to clamp it down. If you clamp it down, what happens is all you're doing is suppressing it. You are literally like embedding it into your bodies. That's not what we want. We want to let it go. We want to let it out. And we want to utilize that emotion as feedback, as experience. Because the other thing that happens if we clamp it down, now what our experience is only half an experience. Now there's a term out there, spiritual bypass. We're bypassing the experience to get to the lesson, to get to the awareness, to get to the Zen. And we can't do that. Wisdom does not come from just knowledge and just what's up in our head, just concepts. It comes through experience. It comes through allowing ourselves to feel completely. There's a whole bunch more I could talk about that. There's those true feelings, and then the emotions and the blending of them. And again, all of the intellect wants to get in and make us emotional about something. That's a story for another day. But what I'm talking about right now is those real authentic experiences when you're experiencing it. If you're genuinely feeling it, let it out. Literally I do some martial arts moves that I learned back in my 20s where I just let it all out. That breath, that movement. People talk about, I used to watch my daughter scream into a pillow. She didn't get taught that. She was frustrated. She was angry, and she knew she needed to get it out. So whatever it is you need to do, allow that to come out of you and then choose what you fill it back up with. That's my recommendation for you today. Let me know how this lands for you. I'm super curious. Love to hear your comments. Share this video with people you think it might help. And as always, let me know how I can be of service to you in any way.